Hi guys, my name is Mark and I bought this 3090 Ti and I will show you or tell you my first impressions right now. Let's go guys. So as you saw, I'm an owner of a 3090 and I'm also owner of a 3090 Ti. And now ask yourself, but why would I upgrade for only 5 to 10%? Because I can. And I wanted to, and I'm an enthusiast, or basically I'm just a brain dead idiot who just buys everything which is expensive, overpriced, and only has like 5% more power, frames, whatever. Nevertheless, I just did it. First, take back the box. I just want to show you, bigger is always better, guys. You see, this is 3 fingers, and 3 fingers make everyone happy. So it's not only the box which was bigger. In general, or honestly, the card was surprisingly big. In the length and depth, it was the same, but it was way thicker, and I like it thick, to be honest. And it was like 1.5 slot thicker than the original for the Win Ultra 3090 by EVGA. So that's the new one, the Ti, and it's, keep in mind, 3.5 slots in your PC. It basically consumes all the space on the keyboard. There's only one very little small space slot left on my Asus Zero keyboard, but I won't have, or I don't have run anything in there anyway. But if you use the other one, those PCI 1 or 2.0 slot a little bit above, you can't do it anymore because the card is so thick, there's no space anymore. Besides this, there was a lot of other stuff in the box, which was surprisingly new for me. Besides a lot of plastic and a premium price of 2,450 euro, which is roughly 2,650, 700 US dollars. It's a kind of premium price at one of the bigger seller in Germany, which is Case King, which has always kind of premium prices because they always try or sort something which is newer or less available everywhere. So they just charge you premium to have it available. That's okay for me because I like premium stuff and I want to buy it, and that's why I keep those guys in my mind and I buy there frequently. A lot of those people there know me already, and yeah, it's a nice service for a premium price. If you want service, it's always cost extra, keep this in mind. So that's like 600, 700 euro above the normal stated market prices. Kind of cash. The last one is 3090. I paid like 2,150 euro. It was at the beginning of the chip crisis. It was like a Sunday special offer here at Case King 2. I have no clue who made it there because they dropped the price for over 300 euro at this point. I think someone was clueless at this point. I just bought it right away on Monday. Then I just pre-ordered, went to the shop and bought it. I was kind of lucky to get it. It was in December 20? No, December 20, I think. Yeah, was it December or November 20 when I bought this, and so I upgraded now. One thing I surprisingly enjoyed was this ledge here, which is the new art or way of EVGA of showing you some love for your motherboard and for your PCI slots, because basically that's a thing you can use with those 2 things here to connect to one of your fans in the top or to your case somewhere in the top to just hold the graphic card in a very easy way without installing plastic spacers, metal bridges, something on the PCI razor or something like that. You can just use it. You just put this in a pre-figured out slot in the top plate of the graphics card. You just put it in and then you just do this. It's called in German, we call it Bautenzu. So it's like a steel cable with a coating around. You just use this and tighten it so you have a good feeling, and the card gets a little bit lifted and everything is safe for any force or when you move it or just move the case or whatever, so there's no force going over to your PCI Express slot and you're safe. And this makes totally sense on my old system over there, which is my streaming PC. There's a 2080 Ti, and at the end it was only capable, or I was only capable to use it when I had made like this thing alone with Kabelbinder in German. It's called. It's like with something you put around cables to just hold them, to tighten them together. I have no clue right now how it's called in English, but I need to use it to lift up the card a little bit, to release the PCI Express port from those mechanical stress. And this one prevents you in general from mechanical stress on the PCI Express port. This one here is like one of the other ways to make installations for stress relief like this. And this one is the adapter cable for these for the power suspension, for the power supply, and on the last cut it was like I put these three into my graphic card, and then everything is okay. This time I only put one in my graphic card, then I use these three to extend or connect my power supply to it. For me it was confusing at the beginning, but at the end it was super nice. Why? Because this one is made, so the extender, the adapter is made very good. There's only one small connector on the graphics card. This is also less physical stress, and at the end it's way more easy to have those hard sleeved cables from your power supply plugged into the adapter here. Greatly made. I enjoyed it a lot. It was a feast for me. At the end, you can see here that's a triple Whopper, we call it in Germany, or an extended Big Mac, or it's like in some cases we also call it Geburtstag, one below you, one on top of you, and you are in the middle. But that's another story. So I was kind of okay for now with the size, with the way they made it, with the overall build, with the cooling system, which is still great, with the custom PCB, with the custom cooling system by EVGA. They always do great work. Since I can imagine, since my brother started to buy those first EVGA graphics card like back in 2006 or 5 or something like that, I was kind of surprised or overwhelmed by the quality they just kept invented in the first days. They always were about multi-layer or more layer PCBs, extended, more custom cooling. They always just went for the extra mile to make a more enjoyable product for you. Sure, for a premium price, but not gonna lie, this premium price prevents you from overheating, from false voltaging, basically for everything. It's just stressless, high-end production here. And that's why I would stick with EVGA with graphic cards for sure. I tried ROG Strix, it was awful. I just gave it back after 6 days. Because it was fucking annoying trash. Plastic trash, not gonna lie. That's just my opinion. So back then, by the way, that's my English YouTube. You're watching it right now. That's me, this beautiful guy here. They also have like this own precision X1, they call it EVGA. Basically it's MSI Afterburner, and I think MSI Afterburner recently or in the old days had like was based on this, I have no clue. It's like having a skin which was looking like the old Precision X1, and where you had those features, the boost lock here. You can use it, by the way. It's awesome to reduce latency. It's no joke, by the way. And yeah, it works. It's not the newest version. It's a little bit older version. But one thing I kept in mind, or I forgot to tell you, is after I installed the 3090 Ti, I had a non-set picture, and there was no reconnection or recognizing by the NVIDIA software of the 3090 Ti. But my software was like only some days old. I downloaded some days before this NVIDIA software, the 15.12.15 on 30th of March, and then on 31st of March I needed to download the 15.12.16, because with the 15.15 there was no 3090 Ti existing. The 3090 no problem, but the Ti, it's not there, guys. So I just needed to update the driver, which I was clueless about, to be honest, and I did not I've never thought about it that on the day of the release of the graphics card or one day later, they just released a directly new driver just for this graphics card, but they did, and I just installed, everything went fine. I just went over then to the NVIDIA settings center, to the system settings. I just activated everything like I always do. I play with G-Sync, by the way, on my 360 Hz Asus Q&R model with G-Sync Ultimate model, which is like awesome. Not comparable with any fucking FreeSync trash you have out there. And I tried FreeSync a lot, 390 Hz over there, 270 Hz 414p over there from Asus also, the AQM version. It's just awful. Not comparable with G-Sync Ultimate. Also, this is my own opinion. I just done my settings here for the 3Ds like I always do for ultra low latency. Which gives you awesome feeling, great connectivity, low lag, low input latencies. Just feels very good. And not gonna lie, people are talking about 5% on the 9080 Ti on this, and I can tell you, for me, it's more. It's close to 15% on Apex Legends, but I will show you in a second. And then there was something I never stated out or was completely new for me: change ECC state. This page allows you to change the error correction state of your GPUs. That's totally new for me. Never saw it before. It also shows you your resize bar memory, those 16 gigabytes. Then also shows you the 24 dedicated gigabyte of the graphics card, which makes a total for 4905 megabytes, so over nearly 41 gigabytes of pure video RAM available. I have no clue where I have to use it or how I want to use it. Maybe I just run a second Apex Legends on it to just play duo with myself, so I don't need to play duo with someone else, because most people in duo queue are right now are just like memes or bots. Yeah, keep this in mind. It's cool. I will check this out. I will do a more extended reviews with proofs, with latency analyze, with frames on games, with everything possible. We tried Forza Horizon today, but it's not possible on my system because I don't have the Xbox and the store. So I don't have the Xbox plugin. I can't play Forza Horizon 5. Great. But we will do this for the review in another way. And then I just used, or basically back in the days, I already recorded some Apex. Oh, it's always running. Didn't know. Some Apex stuff back in the days. For Apex video, for latency analyze video, for to show you how are you capable or able to get the lowest latency. This is one of the results. Basically, it shows that my average FPS is like 299.7. The median is at 293.6, and the max FPS is 744.3. Basically, I think I can be better at these numbers. These P0.1 is like 193.4 FPS, and there is like one big frame spike over here. It makes a stuttering of 0.01 seconds. There's 0% low FPS, and it runs smooth to 99.9%. And I just want to have 100% there, and I think this graphics card is capable of this. Some of the reasons are: at first, when I open those X1, the base clock of the VRAM is already like 600 to 700 megahertz higher than the base clock of the GPU itself. It's higher by a little bit different GPU core voltage, which is, by the way, not settable as high as it was before on the 3090. Also, the power limit is only going up to 107%. Which maybe is reasoned by the new triple BIOS mode. On the old 3090 there's only normal and OC, and now you have a switch on the graphics card externally, hardware, normal, performance and OC. I have to switch that to performance. Maybe this is limiting the power consumption also, but for me, for now, one thing I can assure you is when I was kind of surprised already when I just set up the X1 at first, because the target power also shows you how the power consumption is right now. And on this cards in idle, or on this card in idle, it's only 20%. When I were in idle on the other card, on the old 3090, it was like close to 44, 46%. And most times I use the boost lock feature, and then it only raises by 1 or 2% here. And on the old card, it just raises up to 51, 52% in idle. And it was kind of confusing for me, not gonna lie. And I was kind of shocked. So why, what is happening there? And I feel, or it feels like the less power consumption, or the different way they manage the power right now on this newer version with those with the a little bit different chip on it, is way better, and it leads to a very, very smooth, very confident, low latency in-game feeling. I directly played Apex after I installed the GPU live on stream, and at first there were zero problems with the installation, zero problems with my multi-stream GPU setup. I used a different PC for streaming. All the settings went well. Apex started directly, no problems at all, very smooth feeling. No frame drops, no stutter. I gained I have some test points, some benchmark points for myself. I gained over 30 FPS on these points. There's like 1 point, depends on the NVIDIA settings I'm using, is between 270 and 280 FPS, and now it's directly 299 always when I use this benchmark point for myself. And it's kind of like, wow, okay, I was kind of surprised, not gonna lie, because I thought it will drop again, like maybe 290, 291, but it's there, it's 299, just fixed, and it's awesome. And you feel it in game. There's like those sometime drops, you know, in Apex you have, cause there's a lot of stuff happening, grenades, effects, specials, abilities, whatever. It's just not there anymore. There's no drop. It's just like, the card is just like, I don't care, let's go, give me more, the whole time. It feels like there's no cap, no peak, no nothing. No problems for the card. I'm impressed, I'm not gonna lie. And I tried to show and prove this on another video, which is way more extended than this first expressions video. And I will end this video right now here, because there's nothing more to say, honestly, and on the first expressions video. And I'm glad you watched this. I hope it gave you a brave, small overview about what I'm thinking about the 3090 Ti's. And one thing, I think, did I talk about the fabs? No. One thing I need to mention, guys. If you are a person who needs to save money to spend it for a new setup, no matter what level setup, wait, guys, wait. Don't buy 30 cards right now, okay? Don't buy Zen 3s. Don't buy Generation 12 Intels. Don't do it right now. I explain you now why, for the graphics card. At Q3, Q4, the new graphic cards are getting released, like those 7000 series at AMD, like the 40 series by NVIDIA. But what you don't know when it comes to NVIDIA is that those 30 cards are right now getting manufactured at Samsung, a fab, a service fab, a contract fab. NVIDIA goes to Samsung and tell them, we want this and that die, we have this and that design, please produce it for us. Samsung says, okay, this and this amounts, this and this lead times, whatever. Okay, 3090 exclusively, so 30 cards exclusively developed, or no, not developed, produced in the fabs of Samsung, and the 40 cards will be only done by TSMC. What does it mean for you? Samsung and TSMC are simultaneously will produce different cards for these at TSMC, 30s at Samsung, which will lead to a more wider availability. So there will be more cards on the market, and the 30 cards will drop more in price, because those enthusiast guys with the money will focus on the 40 cards, and the 30 cards will run like free for people with not that money, not so much money. It's like, okay, they're available now. They still produce them at Samsung. The cash cows, the whales, they just focus on the fucking 40 cars, and people with less money can focus on the very good end of the tier, end of the season 30 cards. Cause one thing is, the 3090 Ti is different from the 3090 with the chip and with the interface, cause the chips have better yields, the density is better. In general, everything improved over 1.5 years. It's like you build 1.5 years the same thing every day again, and you improve while it's doing it. And that's what happened in here on the 3090 Ti. Also, you have more time to seek out the best voltages for the best cores, for the best clocks, whatever. That's happening here. So The 3090 Ti is basically the end of an era, the end of the 3090 era. And that's why it's the best 3090 version you will ever get. It's way better than my old 3090 in power, in latency, in everything. And that's always the same with chips. That's why we have B0 steppings on AMD. That's why we have more advanced steppings on Intel. Always the last steppings of an era are way better in power consumptions, mostly in clocks, instabilities, and overclocking. Just keep this in mind. Maybe you buy a 30 card when those 40 cards are on the market for about 1 month. That's a tip from my side if you want to save some money for yourself. As I said already, thanks for watching. It's got kind of extended again, I think. We will do a real review with real numbers and real states and elder tests and all the thing you need to know about the 3090 Ti and how to manage to get low latency with your graphics card and those NVIDIA settings on a video later, guys. Thanks for watching. If I mentioned anything which is maybe wrong or you want to tell me something I forgot about, just put it down in the comments below. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video, guys. Bye.